9 months. Like, I don't even want to, like, it's not like I made it, you know, like I did. I made 9 months. Every day that I stay clean, I made it, really. But I'm really proud of myself for these 9 months. When I think back of the 9 months back, like if I think back 9 months and 4 days, my gosh, I remember that like it's yesterday. I remember 9 months and a day yesterday. The day leading up to like saying I can't do this anymore. I didn't say it on that day. It was that day that I said I'm done. That day I watched that video, and the day I came downstairs and saw Elaine. Actually, the day I saw Lainey was the day right before I said I'm done. Brought her home. I was just miserable. Drove her home, it was quiet. I put on her Billie Eilish that she likes. She held my hand. And I thought to myself, why do I keep doing this to her? The next day everything changed. I like that it's raining today. It's been so nice and sunny. I don't like the rain. I like how sunny it's been. But it's like a pump the brakes kind of thing, you know? This is just a season. Pump the brakes. Don't get too excited. It's okay to feel good about it, but you know, got a lot of work ahead of you still, and hopefully a lot of life left in me still. I'm doing what I got to do to make sure that happens. When I think about these 9 months, it's like all the stuff I went through. Like anybody who's getting clean and doing it, you know, every day, all the work that we are all putting in. And I think about my personal journey and all of that. How there were times that like I was so stressed, getting loaded sounded like a good idea. I don't know if I could say it sounded like a good idea, but it would have been a good idea back in the day. 10 months ago. Or not good. It wouldn't have been a good idea. It would have been what I'd done. I am proud of myself though. For me, it's a huge accomplishment. When I think back to looking in the mirror like, you're just not going to make it. You're just not going to be able to do this, man. There's no way. I can remember saying that, like, out loud in my car. No camera. There's no way. How the hell are you going to do that? But I knew I had it in me. And I knew what it took. The advice given to me, it's not a knowing thing, it's a doing thing. It's really good advice. I like that I was working out and didn't realize that while I was doing whatever I was doing, boom, 9 months. That's cool. Just like on my birthday. I was all stressed out on my birthday that somebody wasn't going to reach out to me. They didn't. And so instead of like dealing with that internally, I did that. It was a really good transfer of pain. And it's taught me something. If I'm in my head, I've got some choices. I can make a meeting, share about it. Need to do that. I can write about it. I can video journal about it. I can go to the gym about it. I can run about it. Can't get loaded though. And so what I decided that I'll do, with the exception of running, is everything I just said. Talk to another person in recovery about it. Get it out there. Don't give it so much power. All the negative things that my whole life I've given power to. You know, somebody says something that like bothers me, and then it stays with me. I heard this a long time ago. If you're mad at somebody for more than 2 minutes, it's no longer their problem, it's now yours. And how long do I hold on to things when I'm mad at somebody? Today, I try to hold on to them very, very little. And then I try to find perspective on what's going on. You know, why are they upset? I take it a step further and see what my part is in it, because I clearly upset them. I'm not innocent. If somebody's mad at me, they're not mad at me for no reason. Like, I can't sit there and tell my kids when they're doing something that Grayson didn't do that for no reason. We all play a part in everything. No stranger just walks up to me and just says, I got a bone to pick with you. That doesn't happen. There's something I did. I just got to figure out what my part in it was and see where that sits in terms of character defects and do my best to identify it. The more and more I identify that, the more and more I'll not do it. And it's not necessarily so other people aren't mad at me, although that is the case. It's more of, I have character defects that come out. They're always going to come out. And when one is gone, another one's going to pop back up. So I've got to identify my character defects and try my best to minimize them. You know? And so I work to step on character defects. Doesn't mean I know them. I've got a whole set of character defects that are different than before, and some of them that are the same. Some of them that have come out even worse. I just got to identify them. You know, if I'm talking negative about somebody, there's a character defect. I try my best to not do that. Every once in a while, I'll make a joke or something, and it'll slip out, and then I've got to make an amends. The more and more I do that, the less and less I'll do that. But it's not, the answer isn't just faith. Like, I can't faith myself to not be a shithead. I can't acceptance myself to not be a shithead. I don't want to accept that I'm a shithead, so then I can just keep doing those bad behaviors. So identify them. Figure out why I'm doing that. What's going on with my life? There's probably something going on. It could be as small as, I'm upset that I had to watch the kids more than I feel I should. And now all of a sudden, I'm talking about somebody at work, not realizing it. There's just that like lingering pain that's now manifested itself into something else. Because what I used to do is I'd smoke pot. That was always my go-to. And then when the pot didn't work, well, if you know me, then you know. And if you're like me, then you know. Truly blessed. I woke up this morning and did my prayers. Normally I do them in the car. I got on my knees today over my bed and I did them. Just so grateful that I woke up clean. And I woke up and something that I've been struggling with eased. Maybe it takes that long. I don't know. If you're going through a situation and you don't understand how long it's going to take for it to go away, or at least the feeling inside. For me, it happens when it's going to. I'm sure I'll linger back and then I'll go back and forth. But as long as I continue to share about it, as long as I continue to write about it, do this about what's going on in my life, don't pick up. Like, the most important thing is don't pick up. That has to be number one. I surrender to that for the rest of my life, and everything's going to work out a lot better than it would if I picked up. I won't want to kill myself. I won't want to die. I won't want to isolate. I want to isolate even though I'm not getting loaded. So when I isolate, when I get loaded, that's all I want to do. And it got to a point for me where even isolating didn't feel safe. I felt like cameras are around. Sometimes they weren't. That's not a paranoia thing. It's a reality. I found stuff that I had to throw in the trash as I cleaned. Whether they were looking at me or not, or recording me or not, still found them. Didn't do well for my mental health. You could have fucked with me with some fake cameras and I would have fucking believed they were on. But a person in my condition, of course they would. So just them being up. I could sit here and say it wasn't fair, or I can sit here and say it's the past and not try to hold a resentment towards the person who put them up there. Man, that brought me to a place, didn't it? Shit, man, you could just see. Oh, shit, I forgot about that. But I give grace. There has to be that line of truth and grace, right? That I learned in church not too long ago. The truth was that they were there. The grace is that they're clean now. They're doing better. So stay in the middle. And you got 9 months. And I've got 3 days. 3 months to 12 months, 3 days to make a month. Yeah. I don't know. That was some babble right there. I gotta go. I love you. You're wanted, needed, and loved. And if a guy like me who couldn't stop getting loaded, couldn't stop, like, just all hope was lost with me, and some of my support system was like, man, it ain't gonna happen. There's no way. Maybe they said that, maybe they didn't, but I did. Then you can do it too. And it's not easy. They say it's a simple program. It is a simple program. Don't pick up. That's it. Don't pick up. Work a program. Work steps. Make meetings. Share about your shit. I mean, that doesn't sound like I have to scale a fucking mountain. And it doesn't sound like I have to build a fucking building. I don't have to pour concrete. I don't have to do none of that shit. I don't even have to walk miles. Just do those things. And follow the suggestions given by the people who actually have some time and that are doing it. Motherfuckers could have some years under their belt and they've never worked steps, and they don't have a sponsor. If you like to take their advice, go ahead. Maybe their lives are perfect. But I do know this, the people that are doing all of that stuff, they struggle like I do. And I got a lot less time than they do. But I want what they have. I want the lives they have. They own houses, businesses. You know, they're contributing members of society. I want that. They go on vacations. And when they go on their vacations, guess what they do? They make meetings at the vacation spot. I don't know anybody with like 10, 15, 20 years who doesn't do that. So, do what they do and you'll get what they have. And even if you only get 80% of what they have, it's a lot better than what I was getting when I was getting loaded. And I do love you. And whoever's watching this can roll their eyes and say, he doesn't fucking know me. Somebody said it to me and they didn't know me. But I knew they meant it. Because somebody said it to them and they didn't know them. They meant it. And somebody said it to that person. This is a pay it forward program. If I had to sum it up in just a few words, this is a pay it forward program. We keep what we have by giving it away. And we give it away freely. Because it was given to us freely. So we owe it to give it back. To not just hold on to our recovery. Because it worked for millions. And it's working for millions. And in the literature it says that this is the only time in history that something has worked. You go back, 200 years. People were thrown in hospitals and electric shock therapy was the thing. And now there are millions of people that aren't drinking or aren't getting high doing this. I'm not saying other things don't work, because no one thing works all the time. But it's working for me. So maybe it can work for you. And you're loved, wanted, and needed. And there's nothing that anybody has ever done to me that would make me tell them I love them and that I forgive them. Because that's what I want to. And if you ever meet me, you're welcome for the hug. So meet me in one of those rooms. I'll give you a big ass hug. And that's all I got. Love you guys. Love you, Rodney. Bye.